Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Pray to the live stream gods. The sacrifice.
Please. Welcome. Hello. Lots of familiar names. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. So today we've just done the 3 days of our Golden Circle Challenge. If you have missed any of those, I highly recommend you take the time after today to go back and watch those, to watch what you have missed. Yeah, we can read the comments in just a minute. Today we're going to announce our scholarship winner, and we have a first place, second place, and third place, and I'll explain all of that in a minute. And then we can answer some questions for a little bit before we have to hop off to go do the German version of this. So any questions that you have, we will try to catch the ones that you put in the chat, but you can also put them in the Q&A. Okay, so Susan says, such awful news coming out of Portugal after the storm. I realize most of the damage is north of you, but are you okay? Yes, we are okay. There was damage down here too. Yes. Yeah, we're lucky. Not as much as up north. Oh.
Yeah, there are like 6 or 7 people dead up north, 500,000 people without electricity, and yeah, a bunch of cars and houses demolished, and yeah, power poles fallen over, and construction cranes fell over, and things like that.
Yeah, it's like storms like this don't happen here
But that's
normally.
4 hours north of us by car, something like that. So the bulk of the storm, the center of the storm hit north of Lisbon, so we're pretty far away or pretty safe. We lost like one olive branch of a tree. That's pretty much it on our farm.
We had some small, the niche forums broke,
Oh, yeah.
and we had,
They grow back.
and we had some other little bits of damage and stuff, and we lost power and stuff, but here we are.
It's harmless really compared to,
yeah, we should not complain. It was crazy though. I was sitting here in my office. I can't turn the screen so it'll knock everything down if I do. But I have a window right here, and I was watching the trees outside bent over sideways, and big pieces of metal and stuff flying through the wind, or flying through the sky, flying through the wind, flying in the wind through the sky. And I was like, oh. And I talked to our friend Tana. She had broken windows, a huge amount of damage. Yeah, I mean, we're really lucky that we did not have massive damage. Nothing fell on a structure. Nothing fell on a car. Nothing fell on a person, even more important, or a horse. So
yeah, animals are all safe. We're all safe.
yeah, so
no
we're
damage
good. We're good. We're good.
But yeah, people who've lived here for a long time, they say they've never seen anything like that. They've never seen a storm like that. So it's a little unusual.
Yeah, I mean, everybody keeps saying this isn't Portugal. This is not what this is. Yeah. So it's been really crazy. I know there's been crazy weather in other areas too. I know the US is having a lot of really crazy weather too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that is scary. Yeah. Yeah, we're really lucky. Yeah, and Zoom is working, and YouTube seems to be working, and it's just amazing. We're so blessed, guys, all of us. And we're all blessed to be together right now, too. So, I assume YouTube is working. Nobody's mentioned that it hasn't yet. She says, yeah, YouTube is working because I just said YouTube is working. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, the planets have aligned, yes. Working the good juju. Okay. So, guys, let's get started. So, any questions that you tried to ask yesterday or the day before that we were not able to get to, you can go ahead and put them in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll get to it once we do our scholarship announcement. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Let me, first I have to jump over here and get it on the right one. There we go. And we'll share our screen. And we will be present. I can't. There. I have to wait till the little thing goes away. They have a pop-up. Okay, so scholarship winner. And Q&A, here we go. So welcome back. Today we're going to announce the winner of the scholarship prize, which is one level of the What, Why, How course. The winner can choose the level. We'll also be giving away a second and third place prize. Second place will receive a €500 credit to use in any of our courses or the equivalent, so you can use it in your currency. Third place will receive a €250 credit to use in any of our courses. Of course, we hope that you will want to join us in the What, Why, How course. But I realize that some of you already have the What, Why, How course, so you can use it for something else. So first, I'm going to show you what first place will be getting, so be patient with me. It will be one level of scholarship and two What, Why, How. And for the rest of you, I have a special invitation for you to join us in this amazing program starting February 6th. So this is, if you were here yesterday, you got to see all this, but we're going to briefly go through it again, so be patient. It's the ultimate dressage program for riders who want to train their horses themselves. This takes you from banging your head against the wall, frustrated, to confidently training your own horse yourself with a holistic, gymnastic, balanced approach aligned with what you really want for yourself and your horse. That's your why, right? And the whole program is with our help every step of the way. We have levels 1, 2, and 3 beginning on February 6th. In this course, we have gymnastic exercises based on biomechanics, classical principles, as we explained through these days of the challenge, how the exercises are built on each other with components of different movements that are based on the gymnastic functions or needs of the horse. And we show you in this course how that all works together so that you can start to build your own exercises. You can troubleshoot based on what you find happening in your exercises. But until you get to that point, we walk you through those steps. So you really learn under our mentorship, basically. And throughout the course, there are instructional and demonstration videos. So videos where we explain the theory, we explain everything, and then videos where we show you and or our students show you with our commentary. There are also Feldenkrais lessons with the amazing CATHERINE MCCRUM. She's a Feldenkrais practitioner who is just absolutely brilliant. But I forgot to mention yesterday, we also have another Feldenkrais practitioner in our team. This is Charlotte Zetterberg, and so some of the lessons are also with Charlotte. And with this power team, it's a real treat for your body and your mind, because these lessons, they're basically somatic centering practices. So they really help you get into your body and feel yourself. And of course, it benefits your seat as well. So every other week we have a live Q&A. We stagger the times so that they're not always at exactly the same time. This way, different people in different parts of the world are able to attend live. But even if you can't attend live, you can always get your questions answered, because you can pre-post your questions and then ask. You can watch the recording afterwards. Also in the course, we have hot seat video coaching, also twice a month. So every other week we have a session where we watch the videos that you have submitted and give you feedback. You can, as you submit your video, you can ask questions like in, minute 2, he's doing this weird thing. I don't understand what's going on. He did this once before with this. Can you help me with this? So we can help you troubleshoot what is possibly happening. We might give you a few more things to try so that you could start to figure it out, and then we can go back and forth in between the hot seat sessions about what's happening. Also, there are study groups. So this is where we encourage you to join little pods, little groups where you can study the materials together. And the funny thing about the study groups is many of our groups have become real life friends. They get together, one group of them. In fact, I think more than one group. They actually went all on vacation together. They went on a horse trip together. They often meet, many of the groups, they will meet on Zoom like we are now. Some of them have a WhatsApp group or a Facebook Messenger group. So different people do it in different ways, different groups. It's how you want to do it, but I highly recommend it. It's a way for you to really help consolidate your learning. You learn through your group, through your study mates, essentially, because everybody's studying these things, and you can say, "Oh, I understood it this way. I understood it this way. What do you think that is?" You know what? I think I know because he explained this. Thomas explained that last year in a different Q&A, the blah, 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 blah. And so you can really bounce things back and forth and talk about stuff, talk about how you're implementing it. And it's a smaller, more intimate group than our larger Facebook group, which I'll get to in just a second. You also get the What, Why, How podcast, which is every video is put into audio form on a podcast that with one click of on your phone, you can download them and listen to them doing any number of things. So you don't have to muddle with trying to transfer files your phone so that you can listen to them or try to figure out or use up the data for videos, which is always more. Audio files are much smaller. So I highly recommend that you make use of the podcast. It's great. You can walk your dog, you can do dishes, you can clean muck stalls, you can uh, do whatever you need to do. You can drive while you're listening. Facebook group community. This is the larger Facebook group for all of the years of What, Why, How. We're all together. So you have people past, present, and, well, eventually in the future. All in there in one group together. You can share in there your progress. You can post videos and get feedback on your videos in between the hot seat sessions. So you're not just limited to submitting your videos twice a month, but you can get videos with feedback, or you can get feedback on your videos in between that in the Facebook group. And you'll get feedback also from our team. We have an amazing, talented team of assistant instructors that will also give you feedback, and that's absolutely in accordance with what we teach. And then there's the assessments process. We'll answer those in a minute. The assessments process at the end of each level, you have the opportunity, it's not required, to go through the assessments process where you submit video and an assessment that you have done of your work through the year and where you think you are, what the problems are. And our team of instructors, they will go through it and evaluate it and give you their feedback based on what they see. And this could be a really great way of kind of, it's the exercise in and of itself is really useful because when you have to consolidate what you understand, you realize sometimes what you don't know. And then you also get feedback that yes, you're on the right track and you want to look at these other things too. Don't forget those elements. So it's super, super helpful. We also have the resources library, which is currently being remodeled at the moment, but you will get it. And so this is an assortment of past trainings, some quite a bit past, and some relatively recent that are not inside of What, Why, How. We can hold these all together. And when you have spare time, you can go through those. Or maybe you have a specific topic that you're looking for help with, and so you can go find that in there. At the end of the course, you get a course completion certificate that you can print out and put up on your wall if you like, or put in your notebook with all of your notes and everything. Different people like to do it different ways. It's signed by us. And you get lifetime access to the course. So you never lose your course materials. We don't take it away after 12 months, 24 months, 2 years, whatever. Many other courses, they actually only give you access for a limited time. We don't believe in that because that makes you feel pressured. And we want you to go back through the materials as you need to. You need to know that you have that there so that you can always refer back to, I think, yeah, in module 3 of level 1, we went over this. Let me go review that, so on and so forth. Yeah. And you can also then, if you want to retake any of the levels that you've taken, you can, for a small or reasonable fee, you can upgrade to all of the Q&As and hot seats that go along with it. So you can rerun it whenever you want live, but you always have the materials. So this is a comprehensive 4-level course. I'm not going to read these again. You can read it all on the enrollment page. I will give you the link in just a moment. You can click on the little plus sign and it will give you more information on each of the levels. Not right now. You can click on. In fact, I'm going to skip past this. This is what goes into it. We're going to skip these. And so it's a 4-level program. It's designed to be 4 years long, but you don't have to do it all in 4 years. You could take much longer to do it if you like. Most people do want to take longer, and that's fine. Or you can zip through them if you want to. Maybe you're already fairly along and you use the lower levels just to review, and then you use the where you are to continue your progress forward. However you want. You can take 1 level at a time, or you can commit to the entire course all at once. We're here to support you however you want to go about it. And so the schedule is set up. We have learned through years of teaching this course that it's best to have a couple of modules released and then a break week. We call this the integration week, where you have time to catch up, review materials. Life gets in the way, stuff happens, I know. And this gives you a way to catch up and keep up. But I have another thing for you in the bonuses that will help you there too. So, and you can always get help from us. So there's Q&As, there's hot seats, and the Facebook group. So you can get 24/7 nearly. Okay, we're not up in the middle of the night answering your Facebook questions, but somebody in the team probably will be. And like I said, you can take any level as many times as you need. This year for 2026, we have some brand new bonuses. The first one is a video coaching raffle. We are going to raffle off 10 spots, 10 sessions for a video coaching session with Thomas. And each one of those are approximately 45 minutes to an hour. I'll say he pretty much always goes a complete hour or over. And so you get a lot out of this. You can ask anything, you can show any video footage you want help with, anything you need. Some people ask for business advice, professionals, so we can give you that too. We have 10 spots, so for each level that you enroll in, you'll get 1 ticket. If you enroll in the complete program, you get 4. And then bonus number 2 is the consistency map. So this is a brand new bonus. We're in the works, behind the scenes, putting it together. It's not ready yet, but what you'll get is a plan of what to do if you fall behind, how to catch up, and how to, if you don't have much time, how to do this course. So basically, if you're behind, you do this. If you only have 20 minutes to get through this module or this week, do this. Focus on that. If you missed a week, do this. And a checklist for minimum effective progress, because there's a lot of content in there. Not all of it needs to be done right now. You can come back to a lot of it later. The third one is also brand new, camera confidence mini course, because I know many of you are shy about showing video footage of yourself writing. And this is kind of a mind situation, but there's some technical stuff too. So we have a whole course to help you answer all the questions or obstacles you may have to getting yourself videoed and getting that video submitted for the hot seats or in the Facebook group. So we're going to cover how to film without shame spiraling, what angles to use, how to submit videos without being a perfectionist, without having to make them perfect, what feedback actually means and what it doesn't mean, and a video submission checklist. Super, super helpful. So when you register for the complete program, that's all 4 levels together. You can take each level when you're ready. You don't have to take them all at once. You get lifetime access to all upgrades and all updates. It's all included. You get lifetime access to all the Q&As. Every time we're running What, Why, How, you get all the Q&As automatically. You also get one full round of hot seats for each level of the program included, and then you can get discounted access to more hot seats if you want them. And there are also, with the complete program, 7 other bonuses. The Virtual Leave bundle, that's a bundle of videos with commentary, Mindset for Writers package, 3 ebooks, the Arena GPS 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2. These are ebooks of writing exercises. We also have the DPBM series, that's Dressage Principles based on Biomechanics that we ran, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Last year or the year before.
Yeah, it took a while, like at least a year to get through it all. Yeah. It's a really cool series. And we also have the classical lessons from the Old Masters series. So this is a series of teachings where Thomas took the teachings of the Old Masters and then created or found exercises that those either represented how those classical trainers wrote and taught, or they were the actual exercises that they had in their literature. And then the writer development series, it's a whole series of different fun, interesting recordings on a whole bunch of different topics. And then we have the Ritterize lifetime membership. So this is our monthly membership. Every month we have an exercise, a featured exercise of the month. We have a mindset training. We have a master class and a hot seat session for the exercise of that month. And so you never have to pay a monthly fee again if you are currently in there as a monthly member. You get lifetime access to it, and you get lifetime access to all the archive too. So levels 1 to 3 are currently beginning on February 6th. Level 4 won't begin until 2027. You can enroll in the complete program and get all of those bonuses, the 3 new ones, plus all the other ones I just talked about, plus all 4 levels in the course, upgrades, updates, all the Q&As, and 1 round of hot seats for each level, plus a discounted upgrade to more hot seats if you want and need them. Or you can enroll in level 1, 2, or 3. And actually, I got a message from somebody that wanted to enroll in 2 levels because she had 2 horses that she wanted to do that are each at a different level. And yeah, it's going to take more time. It's going to considerably more time, but you can do that if you really want to. But you need to make sure you have enough time in your schedule to be able to do all of that. So those are your 2 options. The complete program is $41.97. The individual level registration is $1,497, but both have other currencies and payment plans. So for example, the complete program, you can get started for as low as $379 a month. That's on a 12-month payment plan. So it's just 12 months at $379. You have the whole 4-level program. It will last you well more than 12 months, let me tell you. And really, that's much less than you would pay for full training in any training barn, even with a mediocre trainer. Then for the individual level, you can get started for as low as $159 a month. That's really less than 2 lessons with most trainers. And that's for 12 months. And then again, you have lifetime access to all of that. Both are actually a really great deal. I know it can feel like a big gulp, but it's a really good deal. And also, we will give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you get into the course and you decide this is not for you, you don't like it, you don't like the way we look, you don't like the way we talk, you don't like the way our faces look, whatever. You don't like the exercises, you don't like whatever. You can let us know by email within 30 days and we'll give you a full refund. No problem, no hard feelings, no questions asked. Oh, the team might ask you a question like, was there something we could have done better? And so it's time. Are you ready? We start February 6th. We have lots of amazing alumni that have heaps and loads of amazing things to say about this program. You can read some of their testimonials on the sales page. I will give you the link in just a minute, the enrollment page. I'll give you the link in just a minute. You can go look at that, read through it, think about it. Here's some more. Some more. And so with that done, thank you. Now it's time. Who are our winners? So remember, first place is 1 level scholarship to What, Why, How. Second place receives a 500 euro credit to use in any of our courses. Third place receives a 250 euro credit to use in any of our courses. And I hope that you will join us in What, Why, How if you haven't already. And I hope you'll use that in there. But if you don't, that's up to you. So we'll start with third place. Are you ready, Thomas? He's ready. He's been ready. He's like, I've been ready. So this is for a 250 euro voucher for any of our courses. And the winner is, are you ready? I don't hear a drum roll. Lisa Wagner. Thank you. And I think you might even be here tonight. Let's see if you are here.
Yep.
Yes, you are. You're here. Yay. Good. So congratulations, Lisa. I can't wait to see what you do with your 250 euro voucher. Means we'll see you. We'll see you in something more. And so, you ready for second place? Okay. Second place is for a 500, twice as much, 500 euro voucher for any of our courses. And the winner is Stephanie Thompson. Congratulations, Stephanie. You get to go shopping. A beautiful picture here. How fun, huh? Congratulations. And so, this is the moment for first place, our big winner, who's sitting on the edge of their seats. This is for a 1-level scholarship in What, Why, How. The winner can choose the level that they want to do. Levels 1, 2, or 3 are available now. It includes all the Q&As, the hot seats, and everything else. Full package. You ready? You ready? I like to keep you all in suspense. Okay, the winner is Nina Pasta. Woohoo! Congratulations, Nina. Oh my God. Yeah, Nina's been trying for this for a while. She almost made it several times.
Serbia. I didn't realize
Yeah.
you're in Serbia.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a rare one. We don't have a lot of people from there.
Well, hopefully we're going to see a lot of Nina now
Yeah.
this year in What, Why, How. So congratulations, Nina. So Nina. So I took a couple more of your posts to show you had a picture of yourself on a horse as a kid, and you made this cool little video. So cool. You put so much time and attention into this. And your infographics that you made here, such awesome, so cool. I hope everybody saw those. If you hadn't seen those, go to the Facebook group for the challenge and go take a look at those. You can grab them even. I'm sure Nina will let you save them. She can't prevent you from saving them, right? But she did it really to share with you, I'm sure. So yeah, go grab those and take a look. And yeah, congratulations, Nina. I'm gonna hide that now. And I see lots of questions were coming in. We will get to those. So congratulations, Nina. We look forward to having you join us and What, Why, How, and I really hope that we get to see the rest of you join us too in What, Why, How. Levels 1, 2, 3 begin. on Friday, February 6th. That's a week from tomorrow. Okay? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Time to get cracking. Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah. So that was fun. I like keeping you in suspense. It's my little bit of power. So we have some questions. So Irma asks, is the program for one level a total year? It ends in, I have the dates, hold on. It ends in August. It's not a full year. It is, the end date, yeah, is August 28th, 27th, I believe, is the end date. That's for level 1, 2, and 3. Level 2 is 1 week longer than level 1 and 3 for the modules, but we put all of them to begin and end on the same date. So then level 1 and 3 just have an additional week with no module release. But it's like getting a break week, right? So can you do the hot seat also with the work in hand videos? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you absolutely can. Yeah, you can do wherever you are in the course in the hot seat. So let's say module 8 has just been released, but you're working still on module 2, or you want more feedback, even though you might be on module 8, you want more feedback on something you were doing in module 2, you could submit that. Okay. And can you do the hot seat also? Oh, sorry, I read that one. Is there an active group normally? Yes. I'm in Bendology course, and there I'm the only one who posts videos. It's because it was a very small enrollment, and it's just been very quiet. What Wow is always very active. It is a very active, it's a big group, it's very active, and it's really up to all of you to create that excitement together, but it will happen. It always, or let me just say, I can't promise something that hasn't happened, but it has always happened. It is, in fact, our alumni are here. Many of them, they can tell you here in the chat how active the group is, how much fun it is. It is, What, Why, How was our first course that we made. It wasn't called What, Why, How. The students actually named it that. It was originally just called the Artistic Dressage course, but they named it the What, Why, How. And so this course has been running for 8 years, and there are people here that have been, well, yeah, 8 years was our, yeah, 8 years.
2017 was the first one.
Yeah. So 9 years.
Yeah, well, seems like it.
9 years.
It's hard to believe.
I've been saying 8 years. Anyway, these people have been with us since the first one, some of them, and they're still around, and they're still doing the work, and they're still posting, and they're still engaged. It's the most amazing, amazing group. So let's see. Maria says, are the hot seats for all 3 levels together or on at separate times? They're all together. So, but if you are doing more than 1 level at a time, you have hot seats for those. You can submit your hot seats for both of them. They are all together, and that means, as you know, Maria, we have a 2-hour slot to get through the videos, and often we don't, which means we schedule an additional session until the hot seats are done. We don't just go for 10 hours. Let's see. Terry says, I love the combined hot seats because I learned so much even on things I'm not yet doing. Yeah, yeah. And that's cool. The great thing about the hot seats is even if you don't submit a video, I highly recommend you go and watch it, either watch it live, because then you can even ask questions. You can even ask questions about somebody else's video. Like, I noticed him doing this. What is that about? You can do that. But you learn so much by watching what the other people are doing, what problems they're having, or maybe, how they're working through things. And you also become friends with these people. So you're excited to see the progress they're making. So, Julie says, if I hadn't bought this course, I'd buy it again. And let's see, what were you pointing at? Okay. Do I start with the level my horse is currently at? Will I miss info from level 1? You will miss out. There will be some things. If you skip and go to what, why, how level 2, there will be some things that are built on level 1 and you won't understand them, like some of the terminology, some of the tests of the hind legs. We get into the tests of the hind legs more in level 2, but we start it in level 1. Lynn, what I recommend you do, if you go to, in fact, let me drop the link. If you go to that page, let me find it. If you go to that page, at the bottom of the page, there's where you can book a consult session with us. And we can talk about it for a few minutes so that we can hear where your horse is and what you know, and we can tell you whether level 1 or level 2 or level 3 are the best choice for you. Okay.
You can also look, on the sales page for each level or level 1 especially, see what's in there in terms of theory, concepts, and so on.
I
And
could
then
even go.
if you know all that stuff, then you don't need to go through it, right? The exercises are, of course, simpler than in
Let me
level
find it.
2.
I skipped it. Okay, so this is what's covered in level 1. I didn't finish cleaning this up because I had several things in here more than once.
But yeah, if you don't know what the first test of the inside hind leg is, or if you don't know what stirrup stepping is, then it might be worth doing level 1, because then you learn it from the beginning. Otherwise, you end up having gaps, and then it becomes more difficult at the upper levels.
And those little pieces that are missing are sometimes the reason for the problems you're having later on. So, but like I said, we can talk about it if you're really, really unsure. Maybe reading through this, you'll determine. Let me show you level 2. So level 2, these are the things that we are covering. And I didn't put it on present. There we go. That's probably better. So, and these are all the prerequisites. If you have all of these prerequisites in place for level 2, then I would say just go ahead and do level 2. Okay. So, and all of that information is on at that link. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Gail.
Okay.
So this is level 1 appropriate for a youngster who is just starting on the saddle.
No.
That might be a bit of a stretch. He can grow into it. I mean, we have some really basic, really simple exercise, but it's not designed so much for a horse that's just, coming off the lunge line under saddle. It would be better if you had already a few months of.
Yeah, it depends how, I mean, what you're referring to is starting under saddle. Some people, have been riding the horse for a year and they say the horse has just started under saddle. So it depends. We do have a course called the Young Horse Course. Now, what you could do if you want is you could still do level 1 and modify things for where your horse is so that you're kind of getting your learning ahead of your horse while you're doing it, but then modify it. And we can help you with that. You can even, with any exercise or anything, how can I modify this for my horse that is, by then we'll know your horse's name.
Yeah, you can modify every exercise. You can make it easier or harder. And if you have a very green horse, we probably will have to modify some of the exercises from level 1, or maybe just ride them at the walk. And then in the trot, just do big circles and whole school and long lines and so on for a while until the horse has developed the strength and the suppleness and balance to do, the slightly more difficult things.
Part of What, Why, How is an intro course that comes with it. It's a little mini course that's part of it. And inside of that, it lays all the groundwork, so to speak, for the basic patterns that you're going to be riding. And that's really good to work through with the young horse. It's not available for sale separately. It's really what you need for what, why, how. So we have it inside of that. It used to be part of the course. We pulled it into its own little thing, but it explains, you know, the basic arena geometry and things like that. Yeah, and basic figures, you know, and that's what young horses just under saddle really need to be doing. Really simple, clear, basic work. So
Lisa's just so excited. I have several horses. Thomas, you've helped me with my little Arab mare. Oh, good. By the way, we got good scores on her changes. Awesome. Should I email you guys to determine if I do the What Why How program, which horse and myself would benefit the most? Yeah, do that.
yeah, you can email us if you want to book a little 15-minute session to talk with us one-on-one. You can do that too. It's on the bottom of that link.
He says my horses are from training level to Pre St. George. That's cool. So you have a
that's good fun.
Big selection.
Yeah, good fun. Lots to work with, huh?
Yeah. Henrietta says before I enrolled in What Why How, I had done several other ritter courses, so I knew it would be good, but still I was blown away by how comprehensive and great it was. Thank you.
Thank you. It's our original big one. All the other ones are like just topical courses that because people wanted to just learn a certain topic. So we decided, okay, we'll do some topical courses on these other things. But the main one, if anybody wants to take a course, we tell them to take this course. It is the best.
Yeah, it's intended to be comprehensive, that we really want to include everything that's relevant in training horses. Yeah.
And to, I'll say the word empower, in order to empower you with everything you need to train your horse yourself. Now, the reason I'm hesitating on the word empower is because really nobody can give you power. Your power is your own. You have the power within you. So
yeah, so is this level 1 shut down after August, or can I work along at our own level of readiness? I mean, the young horse course in progress is often weather dependent.
Yeah, you have, sorry, you could want to answer this.
No, you go ahead.
You have access forever. The Facebook group is all the same group, regardless of which level you're in. So you'll be able to continue to talk with others about it. Your study pod will probably be working alongside you with it. Now, new modules are not being released. Once it's not shut down, but it gets quiet as far as modules being released. There are no new modules being released, and there are no new Q&As until the next round of What Why How starts back up, or hot seats. But yes, you can continue working on it. You can continue making videos in the Facebook group. Just tag us on them so that we see them.
It might be worth making a study pod with other people who have young horses, green horses, so that you can form your own little group and talk amongst yourselves and exchange, ideas and so on. Share, the issues that come up. And then you're independent of, the end of the course or the big Facebook group, and then you always have somebody to bounce ideas off of, and someone that could help, could facilitate progress. If you have people with the same issues or same type of horse, or horses in the same phase of the training, I think that could be good.
Yes, Melissa, the start date for level 1, 2, and 3 is February 6th. All of them start on the same date. It's all synchronized. The module release schedule, everything is synchronized. The hot seats are together, the Q&As are together. So regardless of which level you are. And that works really well for those of you who have horses at various levels. Okay, so let's see here. Terry says, yes, 9 years, and many participate again every year. Yeah, I thought it was 8. It's 9. 9 years at this. That's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Much time has passed.
And Terry says, why how being active is a bit of an understatement. Yeah. Yeah, it gets very busy. It gets very busy, very active. There's a lot of enthusiasm. And so she says also, I love that we can also make the exercises simpler or more complex depending on where we are. Yes, that's one of the things that Thomas likes to be able to share with you, how to you know, make an exercise more challenging, and even a very simple exercise more challenging for the upper level horse. So you can still do the simple exercises with the upper level horse. You're just making them relevant to where they are. And vice versa, how you can take this exercise that is maybe designed for a horse doing lateral movements, and how can you make it much simpler, much easier for your baby horse?
Yeah.
So let's see what else we hear here, what we have here. Lots of congrats. Are you sure? I thought I saw some coming in while I was busy reading the slides. Okay, Julie says, best program I ever had, worth every penny. I use it all the time, and it's revolutionized my writing. Yes. Yes, it has for many of you. And Terry says, this is by far the most comprehensive program available anywhere. And Gail says, I'm pretty hesitant to put my video out there. Is there an assurance that it stays in-house? I can see myself ending up on some sort of Facebook bloopers reel. We bloop a lot. Yeah, that's never happened. As far as I know, that's never happened. Now, the videos are that you post in the, I mean, they're unlisted. You can always take it down afterwards. All I can say is that we have an agreement of trust in the community, and if you're unsure about that, then come in and do it gently. Maybe one, the camera confidence scores can help, right, with a little of that. But also, you know, get to know the people, get to build that trust, and go to some of the hot seat sessions so you can see how everyone cheers each other on and roots for each other, and how Thomas gives feedback. And you'll find that it's, I mean, there's no way to prevent that from happening technically, but it hasn't happened to the best of my knowledge, and I would hear about it.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's a big no-no. If anybody did that, they'd be thrown out of the course, because that's a violation of trust. Yeah. So, having said that, let me see if there's anything more. Oh, you scrolled all the way down again?
Yeah.
Okay. There was nothing more? Oh, okay. I thought I
saying hi and
okay, great. I thought I missed something. So Terry says, the study pods are awesome. Ours has just continued on, and we're all looking forward to starting up again, even though we're now at varying levels. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so some of the alumni will stay in their existing pods. Many of you that are joining that are new will be forming new pods together based on where you are. Some of the alumni will want to join in some of those because maybe their pod has dissipated and broken up, or maybe they have a new horse that's a young horse and they want to be in the young horse pod. So that's why we allow this flexibility and freedom. And I used to form the pods myself, and now we're just letting everybody, we're giving a container for you to form your pods, and we encourage you to connect with each other and find people that are like-minded, so you can find pods that really work for you, instead of being stuck in a pod you don't like and having to wait till the next year to get into a new pod. Okay. Okay, Henrietta says, we who have all levels, can we do level 1 but still have the other levels in our library, or just read and watch for theoretical knowledge? So if you already have all the levels, then you have it as your resource library. So some people already have it all because they joined before we broke it up into these levels. If you are joining right now, but you have it, don't you already, Henrietta? I think she does.
so.
I mean,
But yeah,
you don't lose access to what you
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
so you can go through it all
Yeah, you can
however you need.
skip around.
Yeah, you can skip
and,
around.
Yeah. Watch the videos that seem interesting, write the exercises that seem interesting.
Yep. And if you're getting for example, you're getting the upgrade for one of the levels so that you can get access to the Q&As and hot seats. Actually, if you would have the Q&As anyway, the hot seats, okay? Then, actually, no, you would have the hot seats. Henrietta, you'd have the hot seats, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
the alumni get the hot seats. It's only the new ones that only get one round. So I'm not sure when you joined. So, but okay, theoretically, you're getting the upgrade and you're getting the hot seats for that level. You could ride, you get basically a round of hot seats. You can, in tomorrow's hot seat, you can ride, an exercise from level 1, and then in the next month's or 3 weeks later's hot seat, whatever, 2 weeks later, you can ride from a different level, different exercise. So he doesn't care.
Okay, yeah, Henrietta says, okay, thanks. I want to start level 1 again, but I'm curious about level 3 above our level. Yes, I have the hot seat. So good. Very good.
Okay, sorry, I totally fumbled jumping around on that, but at least you understand. Okay, so Deanna Sinclair says, I have 2 young horses, 7 and 4, and 2 14-year-olds. By starting. Only one of my 14-year-olds, Toby, has had some basic dressage. My 14-year-old Icelandic mare has never had any dressage training. I've not ridden the 7-year-old Icelandic gelding, and obviously the 4-year-old Icelandic won't be ridden until she's 5 to 6 years old. So I'm thinking that level 1 would be best for me to start. What are your thoughts on this? I'll be focusing on my horses this year. I'd like to get past the stuck in the beginning phase for the rest of my life. 71. Yes. Yes, yes. Phase level 1 would be the perfect place to start. It doesn't matter if your Icelandic mare has never had any dressage training. It doesn't matter. That you'll find that you can apply all of this to her, for her, with her. Yeah. Yeah, level 1 would be the right place to start. Terry says this group is an incredibly safe space. What's shared in what White House stays in what White House, just like Vegas, right? And everyone is super supportive. We're all kind of klutzy anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of these days we should do a poll to what's the average age of everyone in there. I think people would be surprised. In fact, we really should do that. Yeah. So Deanna says, I'd love to be in Terry's pod. Terry says, our pod is open for new people as well. We are mostly west coast of the US, but have one member that is on the east coast most of the year. So yeah, Deanna, get in there, and when we get the pod sign up, the pod organization up, then connect with Terry on that. Yeah. That's great. You guys are already forming your pods right here. Okay, Henrietta says, thanks. I want to start level 1 again, but I'm curious. Oh yeah, sorry, I did read that. Yeah. Yeah. And so Linda says, so yeah, I can't read it when you're doing that. So as old alumni get a round of hot seats to participate in, and we can submit any level. I believe so, because it depends on which year, because there were, and I don't know offhand which year you joined, Linda, but there were the initial ones that we gave them all the hot seats. So yeah, you have to contact our team, email the team. It's a little bit of a mess on the back end for us to figure out, because we kept changing how to organize this. Yeah. So Irma says, sounds great. So if I understand right, it is every year from February up to August, and then a rest period. That
You'll need 4 months to recover from the 8
Recovery.
months of training.
That's the way we've done it for the past several years, but we might run it twice a year, and then that doesn't mean you have to start right away. You start when you're ready to start on the next round that's starting. So I was going to move to keeping the course kind of, once it's started, opening the round right then for the next one, for when that starts 6 or 7 or 8 months later. So that there's a long enrollment period for the next one to start. Yeah, so, but just because one is starting, even if you complete level 1 and level 2 is starting in 2 weeks, that doesn't mean you have to start level 2 right then. You could even repeat level 1 if you want. You could wait until it's offered again because you have other things you want to do. You can do this the way that works for you and your horse. If you're really gung-ho, you can do it. Do it, but you can be flexible too. Okay. Are you scouting these to see which one to read?
Jane would be next.
Okay, Jane says, I'm 65 this March and get my pension. Will be still learning for at least another year. Hopefully you're learning for many more years, not just another year. Learning is a lifelong commitment, really. Terry says, Thomas, some of us need those extra months to get semi caught up. I know, right?
That's a lot of material.
It is a lot of material. There's a lot. You're not going to go, well, this isn't very fleshed out, is it? You're going to go, whoa. That's what happened in our first one. It was actually 12 weeks long.
Well,
Yeah, and we crammed it all into 12 weeks. And people were like saying they had to quit their jobs.
basically.
You know?
It wasn't quite as
It wasn't as fleshed
much
out. We have
content as now.
no.
It was too much for 12 weeks.
But
I
the-
was actually afraid that it wasn't enough because I thought, oh man, all this stuff is so basic and is so, self-evident for us, and I want to give them more, and then
He way
too much.
over-delivered.
Yeah, so we have to spread it out more, and it grew.
Yeah.
Got
We
longer.
fleshed it out too, because by running it, we got to see where people were getting stuck and where there was too big of a leap between doing this and doing this. So we fleshed it out and made more steps. So it's very systematic. You start here and you move to this, and you move to this, and you move to this. And we're still learning so we're adding to it as we learn, and we're still learning how to teach it better. So as each round of this, we get a little bit better at teaching it. So that means you all benefit.
And it does, it's a lot of content.
It's a lot of content, it is.
I want it to be complete too, or comprehensive, so I want to include all the things that are relevant, and then it becomes quite voluminous.
Irma says, I'm in a bit of doubt because the other course I'm doing it the same period, but I can do one with Galan and the course I have now with, can you say that name? Hearing?
Sure,
But
yeah.
maybe that's a bit too much. It's up to you. You wouldn't be the only one doing more than one course at once. And if the other course you're in, is it Vendology? Because that one is, what module are you on now?
6, I think.
Yeah, it's moving quite along.
Yeah, it's
And
moving fast.
what Why How will continue on much longer than Bendology does.
Yeah, Indology, it doesn't have as much content per module as
Yeah.
what How,
And
because it's much more niche down and specialized, on just bending.
Yeah, and there aren't that many people in it, so there's not that much activity. Yeah, Bendology ends on April 23rd. And yeah, module 6, yeah. That's where Bendology is.
Yep.
Yeah, so are there any other questions? Oh, there's one in the Q&A. So Deanna says, so if Toby gets along well in level 1 and we feel he's ready for level 2, when would I be able to enroll in level 2?
Well, next year,
Next time
unless you do it now.
Yeah, you could theoretically enroll in level 1 and level 2 now and just follow level 2 but do level 1. That's an option. Otherwise, you could do level 2 when we offer it again next. At the latest, we'll be offering it at the beginning of 2027. If I can do what I would like to do, it's to offer it twice a year. So it would be sometime in the second part of the year. It might be before level 1 completely ends. We'll see. It depends on when it works to release it. So, Kate says, will the course content for levels 1 and 2 remain the same, and will there be an upgrade to include the bonuses? Kate, let's see here. Level 1 and 2 content is exactly the same. No changes have been made. The upgrade includes the Q&As and hot seats. The bonuses, I think we're just gonna try to find a way to get all the bonuses to the alumni, not the big package bonuses, but the 3 new bonuses. I don't want the alumni to miss out on that. So we'll find a way to get that to the alumni. Just don't stress about it. So that won't be it won't be required to upgrade to get those bonuses. If you want to get the Q&As and the hot seats, then you upgrade. So let's see here. Deanna says, I would enroll in all the levels now. However, I have a tractor and hanging equipment to finish paying for. I dislike being in debt, so I'd rather pay those off first.
Well,
Yeah, I
understand.
understand that. I don't like debt either. But yeah, I know tractors are tractors are good. Tractors are good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I know you make your own hay. That's awesome. That's something we don't do. I understand. I understand. It is a better deal to do the 4 levels though. So that's the trade-off. It's up to you. Linda says, I'm hoping to participate with Valentine this year. Haven't decided which level yet, but will also start my youngster under saddle this year. Have fun. So he won't be able to do the levels, but maybe we can work towards the pre-course info. Yeah, and then next time we offer the course, you should be able to do level 1 with him. If all goes according to plan. Okay. Nina Bassa says, I'm still under impression, but so excited to join. Guys, I hope to see you too in the course. Yeah.
You will.
We will see you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll see me. Hopefully you'll see him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Be there.
Yeah. Was Linda asking a lesson? Haven't decided which level yet.
Yeah, no.
Does he do all the prerequisites for, no, he doesn't do all the prerequisites for level 3 yet, right?
He had some time off, didn't he?
He did.
So I would, test ride him a little bit and see what he can do.
Does he know?
See how it feels, how he feels, and then look at the prerequisites for the different levels and then go by that, And remember, you can always simplify exercises if you would like to join a higher level, but you're not sure if you can handle the exercises, just make them simpler. And then he'll catch up, and then at some point you can do the normal version.
Or follow along with the level 3
Right.
content, but submit your video from an exercise from level 2, for example.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can use those hot seats how you need to. You can do the exercises as you know. You can do them in hand. You can do them at the long range. You can show, video of yourself lunging or double lunging to get feedback on that. So it's basically covering anything that we cover in the course. Yeah, courses. Veronica says, so we can follow along level 2 and get the theory of level 3. Yeah, if you have the full package, Veronica, I don't remember what you have. If you have the full package, yes, you can do that. Or you can buy, I know some people want to buy level 3. They have level 2, they want to buy level 3, but they're not quite ready to actually do the level 3 work. So you can do that and then use your hot seats to continue your level 2 work. That's okay. Make it work for you and your horse.
It's always good to study ahead anyway. It's what I always used to do. I always used to study the theory of stuff that I wasn't ready to do yet because I wanted to be ready when the time came. I wanted to have all the theory in place when I had the physical skills to do them, you know. So that worked well for me.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So, any other questions? I think we should give it just a moment in case somebody's typing. And I think that's it. Veronica's thank you. That's great. Looking forward to it. Linda says, I feel like Valentine and I are stuck in level 1. Maybe it's time to try to aim for more.
well, sign up for level 2 and, you know, I
Well,
mean,
she has level 2, but you can redo level 2.
yeah. And yeah, and modify the exercises. Or yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's good if you give yourself a little room above, yeah, to grow more. And yeah, maybe that would be the way, rather than kind of keeping yourself back and at the lower level, maybe allow for growth, you know, and then you just have to, on a daily basis, basically adjust the level of difficulty of the exercises to wherever Valentine is. And, you know, maybe he'll have a steep learning curve that he'll catch up pretty quickly. And otherwise, you know, if it takes a few months extra, then you have the course forever, so it's not going anywhere. So, yeah, and it's good to study the theory and the concepts and yeah, and yeah, maybe you can do the second level exercises at the walk at least, you know, and then do the first level exercises at the trot. Something you can do stuff like that, right? Or do the simple parts of an exercise in the trot and the complicated ones at the walk. So I'd probably go with a little bit higher level so that it's more interesting for you and Valentine, and that there is this room for growth and the motivation to, you know. Otherwise, it can get frustrating too if you set the bar too low. It's like, oh God, you know, we've been doing this forever, we never get anywhere. So, might be more interesting to go with a more advanced level and just make realistic adjustments when you feel like it's a little bit too tough for him.
And
Yeah.
if you're unsure, Linda, just get some video
Yeah.
either in the group or in the hot seat session or somehow so that we can, because I know you're kind of dealing with the issue that you talked about that he's not really going forward enough anymore. And so that we can kind of take a look at it because maybe we can offer something that will help
Yeah.
get you out of this little loop, this little cycle.
Oh yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
can get him into thinking forward and going forward again. It's
Yeah,
just,
but also her mental
Yeah.
loop now that happens because now she's
Mhm.
feeling that he's stuck there.
Mhm.
And so it can be both of them are in a loop. And I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying that it can be sometimes helpful to get just a little nugget that takes you outside of that. Okay. Maria says, having 3 horses, it's reassuring to know that I can join a higher level, but still submit exercises from lower levels if I feel that one or several horses and I benefit more from that. Yeah, absolutely. That's the spirit of what we're doing here.
Henriette, this is so cool. We can customize our journey. I think it's important that you try to make the exercises serve the horse, not the other way around, right? So that you try to customize it as much as you can to wherever your horse is at the moment or wherever you are.
Yeah.
So we always try to make things flexible so everybody can do that, so everybody can optimize the exercises for themselves and for their horse. You know, it's not like in a competition there you have to write the test, you know, no matter what.
Right.
Otherwise, the judge rings the bell, and we won't do that. We won't say you went off course here. So yeah, so yeah, customize as much as you can. And Jennifer says, thank you so much for this 3-day challenge. I enjoyed meeting you and the community, and we'll see you in classes to come. Oh, that'll
Excellent.
be awesome. Yeah, glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And Linda says, I totally understand what you're saying, Shana. Yes, my headspace is important. Thank you. Let's aim for more. Good.
Yeah.
All for it.
Both you and Valentine are so capable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was thinking, yeah, don't hold yourself back.
Yeah.
Leave, a little space so that there is room to go somewhere, rather than hitting a ceiling. It's like, oh damn, now I'm stuck underneath this low ceiling.
Deanna says, how many days are left to decide to sign up? I'm trying to decide whether to sign up for all 4 or level 1. Until well, it starts. It starts on Friday, February 6th. The welcome session is at 6 o'clock our time, which is the same time this challenge has been at. And so, but technically you can still enroll in the next few days after. That's why I kept some spots open for consults for the next few days. But sometime in the next week, I will be closing, and that next week I'll be closing it so that I can start preparing for when we open it again later. Yeah. So you have a little bit of time to think it through. Go read everything on that page. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. And Terry says, I have to modify most of the exercises for Lyra, but hoping this round we can do them as is.
Yeah.
That's a great goal to work towards. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it with that. If there are any more questions, just email us or message us. And we'll see you. Alumni, if you're waiting for your links to upgrade and stuff, you have to wait just a bit. Kirsty is on it, but she'll get it all to you, but it will probably be sometime next week. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.